We're alive. Brooks, great stream last night, by the way.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was super fun.
I am very much enjoying Silksong so far. And there's controversy?
Yeah, I know. Wild. Wild that a popular game has controversy, right? I think today we just only talk about Silksong because it's the only thing that is on my mind right now, to be honest. I'm going to be real. It's the only thing I think about. And I have multiple other games that I'm really been wanting to play. And
I forgot I'm a dad.
yeah,
I forgot I'm
it's the only-
married.
exactly. It's the only thing I'm thinking about right now.
Sometimes I forget to breathe.
Yep.
It's
Occasionally I
Silksong.
forget to eat. It's just Silksong all the time, all day. Uh, I yeah, there's been a lot of weird controversy around Silksong. I think, and let's save our personal opinions for the end. I think let's first talk about, before we get to the controversy, let's talk about its reception on release.
People are saying that it is too hard.
Yep. No, even before that, it crashed all the game stores.
Oh,
Day
yeah.
of release. Day of release.
It really did.
And
And it was $20, which the pricing was crazy.
gosh, dude.
I added a little bit to the end
Yeah.
of one of our shorts, or the beginning, I guess. But like, that was a big thing that we didn't know when we were doing our last episode, that it was only going to be $20.
It was like, got announced like right after we finished recording that, to be honest.
yeah, so unfortunate timing, but
But
that's cool. I like it.
$20 on launch, it crashed the PlayStation Store, the Nintendo Store, online store. It crashed Steam, which like I don't know has ever happened before.
The player base, to my knowledge, was like through the roof.
It went from 0 to 550,000 on day one, and I think it holds the new record for largest consecutive player base now at like 600,000 something.
Good God. Well,
Which is like I think
mean,
it beats Dota 2, and it beats like Dota 2 is the big one and it beats Counter-Strike, CS:GO,
wow.
like, or Counter-Strike 2, I think, like at its peak player base.
If you make something good,
Now, it's crazy. And let's just talk about shouts to Team Cherry for being 3 people
yeah.
and this happening with their game. I mean, we already knew that this was coming, as far as like there was so much hype around it. I don't think we knew that it was going to be the way that it was, but we were all big fans of the first game already. So it coming out as strong as it did was a little bit of a shock, because I do feel like Hollow Knight for us is a big deal, but for a lot of people it's just like not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's like, for the people that care, it is like monumental. For the
Yeah.
people that are just like, they don't really know or don't really care, not really interested, it's kind of just like a blip.
Well,
But
I feel like that leans into the criticisms that people are having of like there's a ton of people that have not played the first game that are generally probably not Metroidvania people
right.
that are getting into Hollow Knight Silksong.
Yeah, I have seen some videos of people. I actually have a video if you want to look at it. It's on Instagram, but it's like
Yeah.
it was from IGN, which I'm not like, whatever. IGN is kind of like vanilla to me. Like,
Sure.
but they were just kind of giving some general information on it. You want me to just send it to your?
Yeah, you could just send it to me, text it to me.
Okay,
I'll pull it up.
text it to you.
I'll pull it up. But yeah, I think a big criticism that I've seen is like it's so hard, and I don't know. I don't think me and you are in the same place. So I watched your stream last night, and then after I finished playing last night, I was like roughly in the same place as you, which is
Right. Yeah.
right after you get the dress stuff.
Mhm.
And I've gone to more areas than you have, I think, because I've done the ant place that you haven't gone to yet. I've
Mhm.
gone up there and done some of the stuff in that area, which
Yeah.
is really, really hard. It is difficult.
Yeah, when I see a new area, I get really like I'm like nervous because I'm like, should I be here yet? Should I be here yet? Should I not? Should I? And then I like
Yeah.
second guess myself a lot. So I've been trying to just play it as straight as possible, as normal as possible. And I feel like I progressed naturally in the game. Like I didn't do anything crazy, but I got far enough within like 3 hours. Fought a few like mini bosses and some mobs, and like
Hmm.
it was cool. I don't think I fought my first major boss yet. I doubt it, but
No, I think the first like mini boss is I'm trying to think. The first real mini boss is like the thing you beat to have the travel ability.
was it that little thing with like
The worm guy who jumps over you and
oh
the
that's like
bells.
a
Yeah,
yeah
little mini
yeah
boss guy.
that one's like one of the first mini
Yeah.
bosses, and then there's like there was a big round guy who was like, according to a few friends of mine, it was like a skill check for where you're supposed to be in the
Oh,
game.
yeah. Though is he red?
He's like red and blue.
Yeah.
I mean, it only
He
took me
was
like a few
it.
tries.
Yeah, about to say it took me like 3 times I think to beat him.
Hello, Chloe. Chloe's lurking right now.
Cloathan.
They're one of the two reasons that I got the Hollow Knight tattoo.
Yeah,
Now I'm gonna have to get a Hornet
I
tattoo.
know.
So darn.
Darn it. But yeah, no, I mean, he is a little bit of a skill check, but like we come from playing these games a lot, to be
Yeah,
honest, and like you come from the Dark Souls world of like everything is trying to kill you
yeah.
and everything's hard, and I come from like indie platformer world, like Celeste and Bzzzt and like those kind of games, and so
hmm
it's like. I mean, I'm not insane. I'm not cracked at the games or anything, but I'm just like used to the style.
Yeah, I'm not either. It's like I'm not great at Elden Ring or the FromSoft games. I'm really not, but I do eventually win.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah.
persevere
You just
enough.
understand that like that kind of comes with the territory of the game.
Yeah, and patience is a huge thing. That's my biggest weakness
Hmm.
as a gamer, because like I will often rush myself, and I don't feel like I have enough time to sit down and learn the bosses, because you and I are both insanely busy like all the
Yeah.
time. I'm like, I could be working, I could be doing this, I could be getting ahead of this, and then like I always would say that I personally am like the international sign of choking when it comes to game. The amount of times I've lost to a boss with one hit left, or like one or two hits left,
That's
because I
crazy.
just absolutely throw it all away at the last second because I'm impatient.
Yeah.
I could, if I had $1 for
Oh
every time
yeah.
I did that, I could retire.
The other thing I think people are, I don't know, maybe it's, I don't want to say people blanketly, but maybe let's say specifically people that have not played these kinds of games before, is that you're not timed. Like this isn't like a timed situation. Like
Hmm
you don't have to do it. There's no points for beating him faster. You don't get extra stuff for beating him any quicker. It's like
Yeah,
actually the game rewards a lot of patience.
the rewarding experience is I just did it.
Yeah.
Period. And like you taking the time to learn the patterns, to know when to dodge, know how to dodge, know how to
Hmm.
counter, know what abilities to use, know when to use like the tools to your
My
advantage.
favorite boss so far was the fencing girl
Yeah, yeah.
that you beat last night. I like her.
Yeah, that one's
That
great. I
one
mean,
was super fun.
it took me a couple
Yeah,
tries. Like
like
it wasn't
it took
my
me two.
it was like it was there was a level of difficulty to it. Like you had to be precise, and you had to, like, if you got hit. One thing I have noticed in this game is if you do get hit, you get punished really hard
Oh
for it, but
yeah.
that is just early game.
Yeah,
um
you don't have a lot of health. You don't have a lot of stamina. You don't do a lot of damage right now.
or
Uh, and
not
at
so much
that point,
stamina, but like silk and like the
yeah,
ability to like
to
heal.
heal
And
quickly, and also you don't at that point you really don't have a lot of movement either. Like you really only have the dash by that point.
dude, yeah, like when I was fighting one of the big round dudes, like I was like, man, if I could dash, I could totally trivialize this boss, but they lock that away,
Yeah,
and you have to beat him without it. And it's just correct placement, knowing the attacks
for
like
sure.
front to back, and then just execution, and then like
Cool.
I did it in a like maybe less than 10 tries, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The first enemy that I died to was this little moss guy who shot projectiles, and
Oh, you
the
weren't ready for it?
projectiles kill me. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
literally, like I
Yeah,
can't. I don't know
projectiles.
why I can't
The
avoid
the
them.
little fly guys that throw the molten rocks that explode, like, destroy me. What up, Eli? How's it
Oh
going?
hey Eli, what's up?
I'm gonna pull up real quick, I'm gonna pull up this Instagram video you sent over to me so we can check it out. All right. I'm gonna
Yeah,
refresh.
I feel like this is a pretty good like general.
Negative criticism because it's too hard, and it's sparking debate
Here,
on the
let me restart.
differences
I'm gonna restart it real quick. Oh, apparently.
of negative criticism because it's too hard, and it's sparking debate on the differences between cruel game design and a skill issue. While the original Hollow Knight was also pretty difficult, fans are calling out specific mechanics in Silksong that are making the overall experience a bit more soul-crushing. In a thread titled Criticism Isn't Hate, hundreds of players chimed in with their issues with the game. There are a higher number of enemies and environmental traps that deal double damage, especially in the early game. Rosaries, the upgrade currency, isn't super easy to come by and isn't dropped by all enemy types. Runback times are
It
especially
is
long
though.
in some cases. That's the time it takes to get back to a boss that killed you from the respawn point. And there are a lack of upgrades in the early game compared to Hollow Knight, making those boss fights harder to train for when you're struggling. They also bemoan the use of get good or skill issue replies while making more criticism, stating that some of these design issues make the game significantly more difficult than
Classic,
Hollow Knight,
classic.
especially in the early game. What do you think? Do you have any criticisms of Silksong? Let us know.
What a
All right.
classic gamer move is just to throw get good at somebody.
I mean, yeah, but to be honest, it's like I don't necessarily disagree with some of that. However, I disagree with the rosary thing. You just got to find the right type of enemies, and then you just kill them all.
Yeah,
go sit at a
I don't.
bench and respawn them all, and then go kill them all again.
Yeah, I mean, you might get like maybe 10 to 15 at a time, and like you do that for like a couple, and that's not
Yeah.
appealing to everyone, and you can do
That's
it. Like
literally just video game grinding.
I haven't seen
That's
anything like
RPG
the most
grinding.
expensive thing I've seen so far is like 500 rosaries, and it's
Yeah,
like
it's the key,
the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
which
if,
we don't
if you,
really need yet where we're at.
if you wanted to do it, you could absolutely grind
Oh,
for that.
100%.
I think the sentiment of get good is like in theory like okay, I'll articulate it this way. In theory it's correct, in execution it's alienating.
Sure.
Because when people throw get good at you, that's the last thing you want to
Yeah.
hear when you're getting your ass whooped.
I mean, it's yeah, it's also not a lie, but it's also it's also
Yeah,
not
it's
what
like-
you want to hear.
Yeah, because like I mean, isn't that with any video game where it's
Yeah.
like you have to develop the skills in order to win?
Well, and you
And,
have
like-
all of these people coming from the first Hollow Knight game, which now that you've played 3+ hours, I think I'm like 5-ish hours in on Silksong. It's
Yeah.
like it feels very different, and like in a game like this, it feeling different is a massive shift. Like even just the way that it jumps, the way the character moves, how dash works, how floating works. We don't have double jump right now. Stuff like that. Like we don't have any kind of wall grips or climbs or bounce ability or anything like that.
It's very familiar and different enough to
the
be,
down thing is very different because you down attack at an angle. You don't down swipe across straight down. So
Yeah,
like
it's like- so
bouncing
it's
is
like-
really hard.
It's familiar enough to be recognizable and different enough to be interesting.
Yes. And I don't, but like I think people are misconstruing that different for difficult.
Yeah, I've heard that people were like review bombing it somewhere. Let's
In
see.
China. That was a China thing. Some people were review bombing it in China because of some of the bad translation issues in the Chinese version.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, like the Chinese gamers over its bafflingly bad transition with Team Cherry promising to improve it, which is like that can be fixed.
Sure.
You know,
But also, it's 3 people.
if it's just a translation thing, then like
It's a patch.
Yeah, you can patch it. That's the beautiful thing about modern gaming. It's like if there is something wrong, it's like, hey, just fix it,
Tweak
just
it.
patch it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't personally get that. I
Yeah.
don't get the negativity behind it because, like, I mean, it could be way
Oh,
worse. It could have been like,
it's a super fun game.
it could have been like $40 to $60. It could have had tons of microtransactions. It could have had, extremely, uh,
It could have been the same game just with a different character as the sprite.
it could have had anti-consumer elements to it. And you're right, it could have been just like a copy paste Hollow Knight 1.1,
Yeah, exactly.
but it
A lot
isn't.
of
I don't
games,
believe.
a lot of 2D indie games will do that, but they'll do that as like a DLC option. They won't do it as a whole other game.
I think
So,
people are mad with.
he
I think. Oh, Eli says, I think people would be fine with a reskin. Honestly, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
more
of the
Hollow
first
Knight,
game.
dude. The people that love Hollow Knight love
There are a lot
Hollow
of
Knight.
there are a lot of reskin changes you can do in Hollow Knight, like as just like extra stuff that you can get. I think there's some things that you can get buy in DLCs and whatnot. On Steam.
Possibly. I don't know if I had the DLC for that game.
There's a
I don't know.
couple. There's a couple, or at least definitely one that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Chloe and I have talked about this multiple times.
Yeah.
They've told me in the past that, like, as somebody that is notoriously bad at games, they were able to beat it. I
Yeah.
resonate with that because I'm also not the best at games. Like, I'm not super skilled when it comes to video games. I just enjoy playing them and I like them, and I am the same way. So it is definitely possible for somebody who struggles with video games to
Sure.
complete Hollow Knight. And, like, I believe Chloe's like done everything in the game,
That's
even Path
awesome.
of Pain.
That's crazy.
So
But that's I haven't even touched Path of Pain, but that's insane. And also, it's just it gives you the ability. I think people are complaining about the early game stuff a little too much, personally. And I think what they're trying to do, and this is just me, this is how I feel about the game. I feel like the traps, the rocks falling, some of the spikes happening, all that stuff, the reason that they're putting that early game is because in later game, they're going to need you to have a better reaction time. And so they're training you early game to like recognize those things faster so that
Yeah.
later you actually like develop the skill. They're like helping train you like an early game should, helping
Yeah.
train you through all of those things so that later whenever it is really really difficult and like it is a life or death scenario, you're not you're less frustrated by it.
I think about my experience with the traps and stuff, and I literally think I was just like, oh, well, that's there.
Yeah. Now you know that's there. Yep.
And now you know.
And now you also know when the floor shakes and there's a little spark that there's about to be something pop up right there and you jump.
It does give you a warning, and it does kind of like test your reaction time because, I mean, a lot of the combat, if not all of the combat in Hollow Knight, is just, sharpening your reaction skills and just being, it's reaction placement.
Paying attention to like how things look. Like you can see the rocks that are going to fall.
Yeah,
if you
and
pay
I
attention.
feel like Hollow Knight has always been a fair, difficult game. I would even argue that like some of the Souls games are not completely fair. Like
yeah.
Dark Souls 1 is one of the greatest games ever made, and a lot of that game is not fair because like there are things, and that's why like I think my biggest gaming hot take is that I don't like blind runs of Souls games because I don't like how it's designed to be like a haha gotcha trap the first time, but they do it so much that it's like, oh my god, like I can't. It feels daunting. It feels impossible,
not like
but not in
Kaizo
a
Mario.
fun way. It's not in a way that's like, oh, well, I will get this eventually. It's like I don't even want to go back there.
Yeah. It's not like Kaizo Mario games where it's like you jump and you hit a block and that you could not have known was there. And the only way you find out is by hitting it and dying.
I
and
would
then you have
argue
to
it's
restart.
exactly like that because
No. I'm saying Silksong isn't like that.
Oh no. Yeah, Dark Souls, yes.
Dark
Silksong,
Souls
no.
is more like that. Yes,
Yeah,
I
I was
agree with
like,
that. No,
I
no, no,
was
no.
like,
I
but
agree with I would agree with the Dark Souls comparison to that. I'm
okay,
saying
cool. I
I'm
was
saying
like,
I think Silksong gives you, in my opinion, and
oh,
Hollow
they
Knight in
do.
general gives you ample opportunity to learn.
The
And like
tells are,
the deaths aren't as punishing.
yeah, it's like you might have to react fast and to like adapt to the timing and the move set of the bosses. And the tells, in my experience, have always been really, really good. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there are a few enemies and bosses where they have kind of wonky tell. I mean, you're not gonna get all of them perfect, but I
Most
mean,
of
they
the
got
time
close.
you're not gonna get on first try, but like that's the game also.
Yeah.
It's like I also struggle with the people who are complaining about it being so hard and dying all the time, where it's like
Mm-hmm.
you obviously haven't played this style of game before. And I try to reserve some judgment based on that, because I know for a fact that like me and you are super into these kind of games
Mm-hmm.
where like you die and you respawn and you just go again. And like that's pretty normal. But I know a lot of people like don't like dying is like a very bad thing. Like COD games, like Call of Duty games.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to, you don't just run in guns blazing. Like
Well, unless you're me.
KD ratios are a big deal though. Is more of what I mean.
Dude, yeah, I remember playing Black Ops and I just had the spaz or whatever, that like shotgun or
Mhm.
whatever. And that was one of the most fun times in gaming, but that's a detour. But yeah, I think the total package that we have in Silksong and Hollow Knight. Well, I mean it's Hollow Knight Silksong, but you know what I
Sure.
mean.
The two games together, yeah.
Yeah, so you've got Hollow Knight and you've got Silksong. I think they're incredibly streamlined experiences. Like they are arguably the best version of what they are. Like the Metroidvania style, where it's like exploring these really big worlds and really tight combat, and like
Hmm.
they combine tons of elements of like FromSoft and Castlevania, Metroid, all of these like really legendary games, and they kind of, and it has its own style, it has its own lore. I'm interested to know the story behind Silksong because
Yeah, me
it's
too.
very vague right now. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if it's a prequel or it's taking place at the same
So
time.
it takes place after. It did say
Oh,
that.
okay,
It did say
okay,
that. It is a direct sequel, but it's in a
okay,
different place. So
okay.
somehow Hornet's been captured.
Yeah, it's very vague in the beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's about to say it's very vague. You start out, Hornet's been captured, and she's been stripped of a lot of her like abilities and stuff. And so like when you're finding abilities, you're not getting new abilities. You're regaining her previous abilities.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like she's lost them. It's kind
Yeah.
of like Symphony of the Night, where at the beginning you're Alucard and you have all your abilities, and then death just takes away all your abilities, and you end up with
Hmm.
this like dinky knife,
Yeah.
and then you have to like build yourself back up. And
So that's,
uh,
and then there's something to do with the pilgrimage. I understand that. Like the
it's like we're
pilgrimage.
trying to get to the Citadel now, which I don't know anything
Yeah,
about.
but then also there's, I think that's Act 1 is just getting to the Citadel.
That there's way more to it than
Yeah,
that.
there's 3 acts. Yeah. Dude, hold on. I actually, I don't view this as a spoiler. I wanted to know the full Hollow Knight Silksong map. Like not just the outline. Hold on. Let me find this thing. This is crazy.
While you're looking that up, I fully intend to just engross myself in this game until I've beaten it, until it's done, until it's over.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
then I'd like to try a few more games this year. I still haven't played Baldur's Gate, which I know that you'd.
Oh, dude, we need to play. We need to. I would love to restart a game and play together. It'd be so fun. All
And
right,
Expedition 33 is one that I'd love to hop on to
agreed.
as well.
I've seen some good stuff about it, and I feel like Game of the Year nominee for sure.
I
Here,
think it will win Game of the Year.
let's see. This
Oh God.
so we've only done like these 3-ish areas.
Oh
These
my
3 or 4.
God.
Dude, this is like 2 or 3 times the size of the first game.
Oh my god. Yeah, because like I've only done like the
We've done the
first three.
Marrow. I've done a little bit of Hunter's March and Deep Docks, and you've gotten into Far Fields, and I've gotten in there a little bit, and then
Yeah.
Moss Grotto. Those are kind of the three or four areas we've
Yeah,
gotten into.
I've literally only scratched the
We've only done
bottom
like
of
the
this
bottom
world.
little bit of it, and
Oh
we haven't
my
even gone down.
god.
Yeah, and there's more down over here too.
Yeah, Chloe said it made them realize how little they've done. I'm like, oh my god, I'm never gonna beat this game. Yeah, Eli was like, Eli was saying, I don't mean this negatively. All Souls games are rhythm games in their heart. Yes,
That's
like
actually very true based
I
on
would
what
agree.
I've seen.
Sekiro more than anything, because Sekiro is like
Isn't
the
Bloodborne very
rhythm
similar
game.
too?
Say that again.
Isn't Bloodborne kind of rhythmy too in that way? It's
It's
like
very fast. Yeah,
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
very
It's just like
aggressive and fast.
it's
and
fast, but it's like based on the patterns that you
yeah,
do.
they all have rhythms, but like I think where the rhythm aspect kind of dies is Elden Ring, because like as much as I mean it's my favorite game
It's
ever,
also slower.
and as much as I love Elden Ring, those wind ups, dude, like
Oh, yeah.
those moves and the amount of attacks they have and as fast as they come out sometimes, like, and it borderlines feeling unfair. And it loses that rhythmic quality where I think Sekiro was the perfected version of that rhythm, especially the rhythm, because you have to time your parries perfectly in order to succeed in that combat. It demands you master that game, but once you do, it's like extremely rewarding.
Yeah.
Hard, but rewarding.
Let's talk about our personal positives and negatives about Silksong so far, because we talked
Okay.
about what other people think. We've talked about kind of how it was received, and I think in general it's being received primarily positively. Even a lot of the people that are like it's so hard are being like it's so hard and it's so fun. Like they're like us, where it's like it's
Yeah,
so hard
well,
and that's
it's
why
like you
I
can
like it.
you can enjoy the artistry of
Yeah, it's
what's
difficult,
being
and that's
done.
why I got this game. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I will say one negative. This is a negative about Hollow Knight too. I hate in the beginning where they make you equip a compass to see where you are on the map.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like a little much. I think
Yeah.
it's that annoys me. It's a nitpick and it's a minor complaint, and it annoys me because
What
it's like
it's-
if I
What's very fun about those is when you watch speedrunners do it and they don't use a compass at all.
yeah, that makes me sick.
I know.
That makes me
Yeah.
sick because they know the game very
It's
well.
Crazy.
Like I understand why they would do it, and it doesn't make me like it anymore. Like I get
Yeah.
it, and I think it stinks.
It's resource management, is what it is what it's supposed to be. At least it's
Yeah,
supposed
but
to
it's
be
like-
resource management.
It is. You're correct, and I think that's a little too much for like, especially a beginner when you like.
Yeah.
You can have a bunch of cool skills. You could be using your those like magnetic charms to get more rosaries or to get more of the little scraps or whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
like you could be building your resources in order to buy things in the beginning. But no, I have to have a compass because I need to know where I'm at all the time, and it just takes up that spot.
What I
It's
don't
so-
like. This is what I don't like.
or
I,
at least
I-
at least let the compass be permanent when you buy it.
So either I think you get one, because this is my I have a similar complaint about it, but it's not. I understand the compass aspect because of the resource management. I think that does make it interesting. Is you don't have to use the compass to see where you are. But you can still hold the trigger and kind of like, if you know the map well enough, you can kind of visualize where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
However, either you bake the compass in or you bake the quill in. The fact that you have to buy the quill is stupid.
Oh, where you mark certain
Yes,
areas.
I
and
think
stuff?
that's dumb. I don't like that.
I think I
I-
bought it and I haven't used it. I can't remember.
No, you auto use it. So like that's how you fill in the map automatically.
Oh,
You don't fill in the map unless you buy the quill.
That's crazy.
It's really dumb. Because like I went and got a map from the map lady first, and then because I think in Hollow Knight it doesn't do that. It just automatically fills it in for you. I could be
Yeah.
wrong about that, but it's been a while since I played the beginning of that game. But I think it automatically fills it in for you whenever you get maps in the first game. In this game, I got it expecting it to be that way, and I went and sat down, and like it didn't fill the map in at all. And I was like, oh, okay,
there's
I
there's
have
some
to
parts.
have the quill to fill it in.
Yeah, there's some parts where it doesn't fill in either. And like if I'm going to like a secret area or like just a little treasure room, it doesn't fill it in immediately. And I'm just like,
Yeah. I do like this. Whenever you buy a map and you already have the pin, it automatically fills in where you've already been when you buy the map without having to go sit at the bench. That's
I
at
like that.
least I that's happened to me some. I don't know if
Mhm.
that's just a weird thing that's happened to me, but it's definitely happened to me where I'll like buy a map and then I'll have the scribble map updated thing on the bottom and then it'll open up
Yeah.
immediately.
At, I just wish all the map stuff wasn't. I mean, it's not super expensive, but it is
No, it's just
like
more of it's more annoying than anything.
I don't mind buying a map for like 10 to 15 rosaries, but I don't think it should be 30. I don't think that like the markers,
Yeah.
like being able to put markers on your stuff and being able to just experience the map because like
I feel like those were cheaper in the first game. I could be wrong.
they could be, but
And
like
maybe actually, hold on. I think they were the same, but money was easier to come by in the first game.
yeah, well because you only really had like one currency.
Yeah.
And now you have two individual. Well, you have rosaries, but also you have the scraps, which you could donate and use for certain things.
But you use them
so-
for weapons. That's more of what you use them for.
yeah,
is
or like
weaponry.
I did one quest where you have to like donate a certain amount to like rebuild. I don't know what my brain was trying to say there.
Mhm.
To rebuild something. So it has a lot of uses, but
Yeah,
that's
I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to do scarcity as a tactic, like an intensity tactic. I do
Mhm.
understand that, and I think what they are thinking is you should play the first one. If this one's too hard for you, and you don't understand how the game works, play the first one first. Then you go graduate to the second one.
yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily make the criticism any less valid.
I definitely feel like Team Cherry made this for themselves ultimately, but like
Which is honestly, I can't fault them for that.
no, I don't. I think that's a noble thing, and
Yeah.
it's for themselves and then for the fans, because they made what they thought was the best version of the game that they could make, and I totally
what?
respect that.
I applaud that for them.
I do too. I think that more developers should be doing that, and when they do that, like you get really good games, and they're not trying to cater to like FromSoft does that. FromSoft is like, this is the experience. If you don't like it, then whatever.
Then don't play the game.
And
yeah.
then Elden Ring sells millions of
Yeah,
copies.
for sure.
You
Well,
know?
so and I think I read they made. Hold on, I want to get this number right. Actually, day one. Let's see. Over 3 million copies have sold as of 15 hours ago. 3 million copies. That's insane. So let's do some quick math. 3 million
It's like
times 20.
180 million, right?
60 million.
Wait, 60 times 3 million?
20 times 3 million.
Oh,
20 times 3 million. So the cost of the game times the amount of games sold.
oh, so 60 million, yeah. I was
60 million.
thinking
That's
something
before Steam cuts and, partnership cuts and all that kind of stuff.
That's
But,
still crazy. Oh,
that's-
you were talking about Hollow Knight. I thought
I'm
you were talking about.
Silksong.
or
I'm talking about
Silksong.
I was talking about Silksong specifically.
Oh, I thought you were talking about FromSoft. I'm like, didn't they sell more than that?
No. That's what they made in the last 2 days. Or first 2 days or something like that. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's crazy.
Good for them, man.
I know. And that's the thing is like we can complain about stuff, but I'm stoked for them, honestly.
So far, we'll talk about the positives.
Yeah, let's
There's
talk about the
so many
positives.
things that I love about this
Oh
game.
god, dude,
I
the
said it
movement.
earlier,
The
but like,
movement is so good in
yeah,
this game.
it's awesome. When you get that dash and you're able to
Oh,
just bounce around and stuff, like it is. I mean, it essentially at its core is the same game, but they make a lot of really smart choices in order to make it like just different enough to where, oh, this is a different experience. Like the downward diagonal stab, like
yeah.
that takes getting used to. It's
So
harder than just the
I
downward
haven't
strike.
personally experienced this yet, but you get different marks later that change your fighting style. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's very cool. You get different things that will change your fighting style. So there's one that mimics more of like the first game style. There's one that's more of a big brutish attack, like a two-hand attack.
Hmm.
It's more like bruiser style. There's like a faster, but it does like slightly less damage. But you could get more attacks in at a time. So it's like depending on your playing style later in the game, you can kind of build the perfect version of Hornet for your playing style.
That's cool. And it's like, does that imply that like Hornet is just capable of doing all this, or they have all of these in their arsenal originally and they just had to rediscover that?
I don't know. So I don't know how
Interesting.
far along some of that stuff is. Because
Yeah, that's.
I think a lot of the Act 1 stuff is you getting stuff back. And maybe
Hmm.
Act 2 is you discovering new things.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then.
And that would make sense if that were the case. I'm not 100% sure
I
about that
think
because I haven't quite gotten there yet. But
I mean, the
that's me just
control of this
projecting.
game is so good.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
everything is super responsive. It's like it controls like butter. Like playing Hollow Knight or Silksong is literally like playing butter.
Yeah, dude.
You're playing butter.
My main criticism from the first game is I wish it was a little faster. The movement was a little faster.
Hmm.
And literally the moment that I got that dash and was able to run and jump and bounce and you like, oh my gosh, you just like do your leaps over things and like whenever you spike off of enemies like their helmets and stuff and you backflip and like it's just the subtle animation movements of like her slamming onto a enemy's head and like doing a little twirl in the air and like all that kind of stuff. It just makes it feel so nice.
Yeah, it's very fluid. It's very silky.
Yeah. Whoa. Crazy.
Yeah, it
Might use,
controls
dare I
really,
say.
really, really well. The game looks and sounds
Oh
great.
yeah.
One really weird thing that I love about it is that the game is mixed really well.
Audio
Uh,
wise, yes.
because like I've played some games where the mix is just like either it's a little loud or it is like inconsistent and
Combat music gets too loud. That's the
well, I
thing that
mean,
like really
if
bothers
I
me.
turn the master volume down all the way, it should control everything. That's an issue I had with Fly Night, and Fly Night is a much, much, much smaller production. But
Sure.
I remember I would turn the master volume all the way down, and then the characters would talk, and it'd be like, and I was just like, oh my god, dude. But they like it's like I'm just like, oh my god, I don't. It was something along those lines of like a really loud sound,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it was really jarring because you have everything low and then it's like,
Yeah.
but like uh usually I can tell if a game is mixed well if I can like control it in the options menu and turn it down to where it's good on stream.
Sure. I
That's like
I
my litmus
really
test.
I feel like I haven't had to touch anything as far as the balance of it all goes.
Yeah.
And like I feel like I can hear when everybody's talking or doing their like, talking. The music, once again, Team Cherry's music person absolutely just killing it, dude.
Mhm.
Like it's so good. The atmosphere is so nice. Every space feels like it has its own vibe. All of the tiny little elements of like whenever you hit like a bell or something and you bounce off of it, like the little king sounds that it makes, and
Mhm.
like versus when you hit a helmet on something and having that have like a slightly different variation of
Yeah, sound
sounds every
design in
time.
games is, I
Oh,
feel like it's often overlooked. Like I've seen videos, there's one video of these guys talking about how they did it in Halo. And like to get the warthog sound, they would literally go outside and like record a
a
car
bunch of
driving
cars.
away, and it
Yeah.
was like it was all very natural. It wasn't like I mean that's just kind of that it is a it's a type of art they do it in movies and stuff. I can't think of the name. I need to look this up.
Foley.
Uh
Talk about Foley?
Foley, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a
Yeah, it's a type of sound design.
yeah, it's like where they make
They do it a lot
natural
for
sounds
movies and stuff.
and
Yeah.
I don't know if it's always natural though. I don't know if people like
So Foley is like always natural. That's like the sector of. I only know this because I almost went to sound design school at SCAD whenever I was
Mhm.
going to college. It was one of the things I looked into, and like Foley is always like the art of Foley is quite literally
it's like a
taking
thunderstorm would
things,
be like a big metal shoot.
yeah, taking things and making them sound like other things. That's like the art of Foley. It's really
Mhm.
cool. And then there's other sound design like what I do now, which is like you make synths sound specific ways and you take sounds and manipulate them digitally. That's a different type of sound design.
Yeah. It just everything sounds good. And
Yeah.
I love
Yes.
I mean we
Those are
love
good.
when
Those are good examples. Eli making footsteps with shoes in your hands across wood. Uh, Making regular sounds of like like if you see a branch like graze across someone or someone pushes a branch away, like they make those sounds in Foley a lot of times. Snapping celery for broken bones is like a really good is like a really normal one.
yeah, I like that. Yeah, everything sounds good. It feels
uh,
good. It looks good. Like this game is beautiful. I love you know me. I'm a big color freak.
yeah,
I
it's very
love
bright.
I love colors in games and I love different environments. And Hollow Knight was very good at this too.
Hmm.
But like when you go from like the mossy area to like
The fire area.
the like deep docks and then
Yeah.
you go to um
Far fields, I think that's the other grassy area. Yeah,
yeah, but they're distinct in their own
they
way.
are.
It's like I haven't memorized all the names yet, but like um I love the way I love how bright it is. I love how colorful it is. It is like you don't have to have
It
like
does feel like there's another extra layer of color depth in this game versus the previous one for some reason. I'm not sure
it
what it
feels
is.
it feels warmer. Like the colors feel maybe more vibrant. Maybe I
It
don't
could
know.
also be that like we're playing a character that's wearing a red dress. And so
Possibly,
like
and also I haven't played Hollow Knight in a while, so I'd have to have a side by
sure,
side. I don't know. It could
sure.
be the exact same. Who knows?
It
But
could be.
it like
I haven't played it. You're correct. Also haven't played Hollow Knight in a bit. I'm also coming from. What are you playing this on? Steam?
mm-hmm.
On your computer?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm coming from playing Hollow Knight on Switch
Yeah.
to playing Hollow Knight on my Lenovo on Steam,
Yeah.
which looks better. The screen's better. Like it just across the board, way better. And yeah, Hollow Knight in general felt a lot darker. I think Chloe said this too. Hollow Knight had a darker atmosphere overall, and yes, I agree.
I
This
think
one
so, yeah.
does feel a little brighter across the board. Even like the story doesn't feel quite as heavy yet, and maybe that's just because
Mhm.
of where we're at early game. Um, but yes, and yes, Eli, having red in the color palette for the main character makes her pop out like insane.
I love it. I love I mean, I've always loved the character designs in Hollow Knight, but like Hornet is one of the most iconic.
Yeah.
And then there's some new characters that are fun, like Sherma, the
Sherma,
singer.
the singer.
Mhm.
Ding, 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 ding. Dude,
Yeah.
when you meet Map Girl for the first time and she's singing that, hold on, I'm gonna pull it up because that joint's crazy. Keep talking.
I just like, hold on. My insides are exploding because of Hollow Knight Silksong. But yeah, I think the characters are just as cute as ever. Like you got the little, those three fleas, and you're trying to get the fleas back. I like Sherma. Sherma's really cute. Map Girl is cute. The Iron Forge, like the Iron Daughters, I think that's pretty cool
Yeah,
too.
that's so
Like,
cool.
I mean, all of their character, or like the little guy that like mixes the moss berries and stuff. I I think every character has their own unique, quirky little
Yeah.
personality and style to them, and I love that. I've always loved that about these characters.
D'un enfant sur le banc, Faridou la manette, Doni point navolinette,
Sherman, my goat.
sans mi manicette.
Uh.
D'un enfant sur le banc, Faridou la manette, Doni point navolinette,
If I had a lighter, I would light it.
manicette. D'un enfant sur le banc, Faridou la manette,
So good.
Doni point
And then my
navolinette.
other favorite one is this one. Shocker singing this.
Ushanka. Kietska.
Yeah, I love Chakra.
Haspin.
And it's like their own language that they came up with, or their own like vocal inflections, I guess.
Man, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. Very natural.
I know. Team Cherry, if I find out that something happens to Sherma, it's over.
It's on sight.
It's
slime.
on sight. I just can't handle it. They did it to us last game. They did it to us in the first game. I can't handle it again.
Mm-hmm.
I can't handle it again with my little mining friend. I can't handle it again.
God bless them.
But no, I think like some of that kind of stuff, like that aspect of the music and things, is definitely like an added level of just, some of them had songs before. I think the map guy in the first game had his little hum song that he did, his little
Mm-hmm.
which is fun. But like, I don't know, the fact that they're just like fully open voice singing in the caves, and you can just like hear them as you're wandering around.
Yeah,
it's just
it's a
so
small
nice.
thing, and I feel like a lot of games do this, but still, I want to glaze Silksong even more. It's just like you get far away, and then it comes back in, and then when you get closer, you can hear it, and then
The spatial sound design,
it
or
sounds
the relative
good.
space.
It sounds extremely natural, and I love that.
No, it really is. Chloe, I
I'm
saw
trying to
Sherma,
think.
and I was so happy, but then I was scared, so scared for their life.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that we haven't covered about this game? I think sounds good, looks good, plays really well.
Yeah, look, so based on where we're at, I have no qualms with the level of difficulty. I
Yeah,
do know
me
for,
neither.
and I've hit a couple parts in the Hunter's March, which you're about to get to, that
Mhm.
is platforming wise extremely annoying and difficult. But it's no more annoying than difficult than like bouncing around on mushrooms in some of the other stuff in the first game.
Yeah,
and
I do remember
the
that.
acid pits in the first game, and
Mhm.
yeah, like to me it doesn't feel too much different yet. I have seen some people in later game stuff doing some crazy things with buzzsaws and clockwork stuff that look insane. But once again, doesn't feel an insane amount different as compared to like those spiky regions where you have to essentially just float and spike your way through the level and without touching the ground. So, to answer the question from Eli, how do you like it so far as a Metroidvania? I know that one criticism a lot of people have of the first one, and I get this about the genre in general, so much backtracking. I know it's part of the game. So it is reverse Metroidvania, where the first one is like you're going down, so it's normal Metroidvania style where you start at the top and you work your way down. This one's the reverse where you're starting at the bottom and you're working your way up. So it's like tower climbing basically. I actually like that shift. It feels nice. It does feel like there's a lot of progression going up. That's fun.
I also like that they give you plenty of shortcuts.
So
if you progress naturally, there's tons of shortcuts.
they give you a thing that I do like, and I want to add this to my things that I do like. In the first game, it took a really long time to get the fast travel ability, and that's like the first thing you get in this game. It's you get the fast travel. The fast travel ability is actually one of like we said, the first mini boss you come to, or like one of the first mini bosses you.
Yeah, it's like you have to earn it, but you do get it.
Yeah, so
very
it's like,
early on.
it is quite literally like the second main area you get the fast travel. So they definitely took the feedback. Yes, Eli, they definitely took the feedback from the first game of like, because I feel like it took a while for me to get the fast travel ability, and I did a lot of backtracking in the first game until I found the bell and our spider walking friend from the first game. But this one feels way faster. And there's a lot more benches.
Yeah.
Though you do have to pay for them. They are optional. You do have to pay for them occasionally. I don't hate that because you can choose not to. I like that they give you the option. There's enough benches without paying for them that it's good. But I feel
I didn't even think about that. It's like, they give you like extra benches, not for free, but they do give you extra ones to give you kind of like a buffer. Speedrunners will eventually ignore them. They'll just blow right past.
Yeah, well, you don't. And honestly, there's a couple of them that I'm like, I probably shouldn't have paid for that. Because like it doesn't. There's a couple of them that I'm like, there's too many benches too close together. I don't need them. I'm realizing that like now as I'm getting through the game and maneuvering through the places a lot more. That like I think one of the first two you don't really need because there's literally a bench like on either side of it. So like they just put it there in case you wanted one as an option. As a quick save option or whatever, which that was a thing that I didn't love about the first game, is that the benches were really far apart in the first game, and sometimes like, I gotta go save. It's time for me to be done playing the game, and I have to almost die to get back to my save point. But yes, Eli, they definitely took into account a lot of that stuff. Like I feel like the biggest things are the movement, the ability to have options, like the benches and stuff, paying for those kind of things. I think all of the other things, getting the fast travel early game was a big win for me. I haven't started upgrading my nail yet.
I haven't either.
I know I've gotten like one shard piece.
I also just found like one mask piece to get like another hit point.
Yeah, you get another little hit guy.
I feel like this game is like we looked at the map earlier. I feel like it's way bigger than we can even possibly understand.
I think that's the other thing is like people are expecting a lot more early game because they probably think it's similar in size to the first game, and it is 2 to 3 times larger than the first game.
Yeah, I think I've said everything I wanted to say about Silksong so far. I'm just gonna have to keep playing it, and I think once we eventually beat it, we'll have to have like a recap of like, how did you feel? Did anything change?
This is essentially one weekend to Silksong.
Yeah.
Basically, and I feel pretty good about it. I'm what's your time allotment here? Let me look at mine. How long have you put into it?
Well, I streamed for a little, so like right at 3 hours. So I'm like 3 hours into it.
Okay, I'm at like 7 hours in.
Oh, I see. That's awesome.
Yeah, I put a little bit more time into it over the weekend because I knew we were going to be talking about it. and I wanted some time to just explore broadly, see what I could get into. And then last night I spent a lot of time grabbing some level ups and stuff.
Nice.
But yeah, I think I think this is kind of where we'll land it. I honestly think that yes, it's hard, but also yes, that is the point. I think they are balancing the how difficult it is pretty well, in my opinion.
I do too.
Because there's also a million ways to beat things. You're given a lot of flexibility. I think I'm just gonna have to get good personally on some of these.
I think we all do.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to get good personally. Well, Brooks, thanks so much for talking Silksong with me today. I think that's what we'll call it.
Sweet. I like it. It's
I
great.
like it.
Give it a shot. It's $20. You won't be disappointed.
Support
unless
it.
you will be.
And honestly, if you're feeling daunted about it, go play the first one.
Yeah,
if you're
first
new,
one,
the first one's probably one of my favorite games of all time.
yeah.
Like easily one top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Easily top 10 favorite games
very
of all
good.
time. And it's only $15 on Steam or most other places. And it goes on sale pretty regularly. So you could go play that first if you're feeling like Silksong might be too much and you're not used to the style, especially if you're not used to the Metroidvania style of like exploration and all that kind of stuff and dying a lot, and pick up that. Or if you need to work on your platforming, pick up Celeste. Celeste will make you really good at platforming really, really fast, because that game is all platforming and you don't fight at all. It's just like movement constantly.
Mm-hmm.
So you get really good really quickly at that game. It's also one of my favorite games. So I feel like there are options that if Silksong is like, you're seeing all this stuff and it's scaring you, there are options for other games that are kind of in the genre a little bit more, so that you can, get a taste of it.
Yeah, there's some more forgiving titles. And then if you're really like, I want to hop into this, I want to get good at it, I want to experience this, it's there for you.
Yeah, and be patient. Just go in knowing that you're probably going to die like 300 times.
Yeah.
300 or 400
That's
times.
okay.
And that's normal. That is perfectly
I'm
normal.
going to die about 3,000, so
yeah,
at
that's
least.
perfectly normal. Brooks, what's your kill rate? What's your kill average on? Your death average on like a Souls game?
Oh,
Probably in the 300s.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Probably in the 300s or 400s. I think my Hollow
It's-
Knight death rate was like in the 300s or 400s, probably
Dude,
throughout the whole game.
When it comes to these games, like especially FromSoft games, I'll return to them, and like in the previous playthrough, I like annihilated this boss, and then in this next playthrough, I die like 7 times. It all varies. Like I don't know why. I guess it's just my brain and
Sure.
whatever. A lot of factors, but like it does vary for me.
Well, hey, if you are interested in this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to listen to us and not watch us, or maybe you're driving and you want to do something where you're not going to get arrested for watching YouTube videos while you're driving, check us out on the podcast platforms.
to those boys talk about Silksong?
Oh my gosh. You can check us out on all the podcast players. We'll be there. You can listen and not watch this. We are live most of the time on our channel at Things We Like channel, and we can always catch a replay that also gets posted on at Things We Like channel. Brooks, you got anything for the people to send us out on?
Bapanada.
Perfect. What's the I need that sample of Hornet saying "get good" to go right here.
Oh, I know. I will forget to put it in. Future me. Don't forget.
All right. We love you. We love you all. Thank you so much. Mwah.
Bye.